federal level is still the separation of power is still something that is practiced and is enforced. But for you governors across the states, that the state houses of assembly across, the federation is like an appendage to the executive branch of government, that you guys have not allowed that arm of government to function independently. What is the situation in Kaduna State?
In Kaduna State is completely different, maybe because I am also someone who practice, someone who was also a member of the National Assembly in the Ninth Senate, and I also have tremendous experience about the importance of separation of powers. I know the importance of legislature. When I was in the Senate, I was given the free hand as the chairman of the Senate Committee on Banking. I know we've done a lot. And of course, on my own, as a legislature, I sponsored about 32 bills. 3 of the bills were assented by the president then that have repositioned the financial service sector in Nigeria. And of course, so here as a governor, I believe the most important responsibility of the legislature is to ensure that they, of their level in terms of oversight. When I was in the National Assembly, everybody knows what I did. Most of the institutions or agencies under my committee, I encourage my committee members to ensure that we have oversight functions. We also try as much as possible to look at the budgetary provision and ensure that the budgets are being implemented for the benefit of the people of Nigeria. And as far as I'm concerned, I cannot say that a lot of state assemblies in some states are not really working properly, maybe because of the nature of the state. But in Kaduna and many other states, I can also say, I know some governors that have given the state assembly free hand to operate. In Kaduna, we've not actually, for a day, interfere in their own activities. We allow them to do what is right, because we know they are also elected by the people at the grassroots level, and they have responsibility to ensure that we do what is right. That is the reason why, if you look at our budget process, we also look at our the way we implement our budget. The State Assembly in Kaduna have been very active in the way we run our government, and they have also been very active because Kaduna State is different. When you look at our State Assembly, about 40% of the members of the Assembly are from the opposition political parties. 60% are from the APC. So we allow everyone to express himself, and the committees are working properly. That's what happens in Kaduna. And of course, as a former legislator, it is important for me to allow them to work independently because I know the benefits. I know what they are doing.
So you have talked about exhausting this system of government. One of the reasons people are clamoring. Oh, it's like the governor is still speaking. All right, apologies for interrupting you, but
no.
All right. So you have talked about exhausting the presidential system of government. One of the reasons people are clamoring, for us to go back to the parliamentary system of government is that they say that in the presidential system of government, men are empowered over institutions, and that governors especially have now weaponized poverty. And so they keep people down just so that they can get their votes during election. Talk to us about the level of poverty in Kaduna State and what is being done by your administration to address it.
So thank you very much. I agree with you 100% that a lot of effort must be made by states. But most importantly, that is the reason why Kaduna said here we are in support of the local government autonomy, because I know the importance of making sure that development happens at the level of grassroots. That is the only way the people of our state will benefit from the debate of democracy. But when we came in, May 29 last year, we looked at the poverty index of our state. And I can tell you here, that about 65% of the people that lives within the rural areas of Kaduna State, when we came in, were living below the poverty line. That is a fact. And of course, we sat down with my own team and we looked at the situation. We tried to look at what do we do to address the problem. That was the reason why the first 3 months I signed an executive order, knowing fully that those people that were below the poverty line, most of them were financially excluded. And today, as we are speaking, out of the 3.5 million vulnerable, underserved, poor people within the rural areas are now captured by my government, and all of them were unbanked when we came in. But today, we open accounts for them. And in the last 6 months, they have been benefiting from our social intervention support. And that has tremendously improved the level of their economic prosperity. That is number one thing we've done. Number two, we also look at the fact that agriculture contributes about 42.8% of our GDP here in Kaduna. And because of that, we reach out to all the 3 senatorial zones of Kaduna State, reaching out to smallholder farmers. Don't forget, Kaduna State is leading in ginger in the whole of Nigeria. We are also leading in maize production in the whole of Nigeria. We are also second in soya beans in the whole of Nigeria. So because of that, we know our strength is agriculture. So we decided to invest heavily in the area of agriculture. That was the reason why we budgeted over 25 billion in agriculture. And because of that, we supported our smallholder farmers with seedlings, with tractors, that's supporting mechanization, and also machineries to support them. And just last month, well, that is about 15,000 metric tons to our smallholder farmers, numbering about 120,000. So that is what we've been doing to support farming in Kaduna State. But don't forget, also we have small businesses that are very important because we know they contribute a lot in terms of employing the people that I've just mentioned, who are poor, who are below the poverty line. So we decided to also improve the level of SMEs in Kaduna State using our agency, that is Kadeda. And because of that, we supported over 130, about 130,000 households directly, and about 7,000 SMEs directly through our intervention. As we are speaking, we are reducing the level of people that are below the poverty line through this social intervention we're doing in Kaduna State. For me, this is key. Governance is about supporting the people so that they can be out of poverty, reducing the level of employment, addressing the problem of education, because for us, education is key in Kaduna State. That is the reason why only last week, we've announced that we have reduced the level of out-of-school children in Kaduna State. From our own statistics, we realized that in the last 1 year, we have taken back about 300,000 pupils back to school that were out of school when we came in as a government, because education, like I said, is the greatest leveler in Kaduna State, and we believe we need to invest a lot in education. That is even the reason why we budget about 25% of our entire budget to education. Another aspect we believe is key in Kaduna State is healthcare, which we believe is not a privilege, it's a right for everyone in Kaduna State, particularly the children, women, to have free healthcare here in Kaduna State. And as we are speaking, we've equipped about 290 primary health cares. We also remodeled, rebuilt, and equipped about 9 secondary healthcare centers, hospitals here in Kaduna. We have also recruited and employed more doctors, more nurses, more midwives, because we have to reduce the level of child and maternal mortality rate in Kaduna State, which for us is key to save lives. That is what we are doing, but not to talk about our intervention in other areas, which we believe is key, that is infrastructure. We have embarked on reducing the deficit in terms of infrastructural development between the rural and urban areas of Kaduna State. To that extent, we've embarked on constructing about 62 roads across the 23 local governments of Kaduna State. As we are speaking, we have commissioned some of them, and the total number of kilometers, as we are speaking, is about 743 kilometers as we are speaking. And so for me, it's some of the things we are doing as a government. Like I said, state governments have to do a lot. Local governments must also be given opportunity to also participate and have the autonomy that we're all agitating for here in Nigeria. And Kaduna State, we believe in that. And since I came as a governor, we have not touched one naira that is meant for local governments here in Kaduna State.